In the mountains that lie between the Tamanouchi of Oguno and Ome, there is a small mound known as Futatsuzuka, or the Mound of Two. This humble tomb has a sorrowful tale associated with it, one that speaks of a mother and her young daughter who met a tragic end. The woman and her daughter lived in a small house at the foot of the mountain. They were all alone, and the woman was ill and weak. She suffered from an unknown ailment that left her bedridden and unable to care for her daughter properly. The young girl, barely 3 years old, was left to fend for herself, with little to eat or drink. She often wandered outside, playing in the nearby fields, while her mother lay in bed, too weak to move. As the woman's condition worsened, she grew more and more weary. She often muttered, "I wish I could die soon." Despite the concern of the locals, there seemed to be little they could do to help. They brought food and medicine, but nothing seemed to improve her health. She grew weaker by the day, until she could barely whisper her words. One day, the woman managed to speak one final request to her neighbors. "Please bury me as I am," she said. Moved by her suffering, the villagers reluctantly agreed. They knew it was not right to let her suffer any longer. They knew she was tired and wanted to rest. So, they agreed to her wishes, though it pained them to do so. The woman's daughter, who had overheard the conversation, cried out, "Take me with you, mother!" Unable to bear the child's grief, the villagers placed them both in a large basket and carried them up to the mountain pass. There, they buried the basket under a mound of dirt. It was a sad moment for everyone, and tears were shed. For many centuries, the Futatsuzuka has been tended by those who remember the tragedy of the mother and daughter. A large cherry tree now grows on the spot, surrounded by a thick forest, and on a nearby tree, a poem is hung that reads, "The path over the mountain pass may change, but the Mound of Two remains, a testament to the past." Over the years, many people have visited the mound to pay their respects. Some come to offer prayers, while others leave small offerings of food and flowers. Some say they can still hear the cries of the young girl as she was buried alongside her mother. Others claim that they have seen the spirits of the mother and daughter wandering through the forest at night. Despite the sadness of the story, there is a sense of peace that emanates from the Futatsuzuka. It is a place of quiet contemplation, where people can reflect on the preciousness of life and the importance of compassion. Even in death, the love of the mother for her daughter endures, a reminder of the enduring power of love.